zl-1 Corvette built. Got an F1R procharger, methanol injected fast XFI fuel injection system. I can do a lot of stuff with okay. This is my latest project that I finished up about, I'll say, a year or so ago. It's a 72 Corvette zl-1, supercharged zl-1. It's all aluminum GM Performance parts, big block. It's got the GM heads ported, 2¼ inch valves on the intake, 188 on the exhaust. It's got a custom crane cam, roller cam for blower applications. Most of the stuff in here is custom made. Took the hat here. It's basically a procharger hat that I had to cut down, and then I hammered it out and TIG welded it up to so I could get the proper hood clearance under the hood here so it would fit. I've got QTP electric cutouts that are boost controlled. They activate at 4 psi, methanol injected. The methanol system utilizes a stock washer reservoir, and as you can see, I've got the nozzle injecting right up under the right before it goes into the throttle body, under the hat here. This is actually a solid piece of stainless that I TIG welded to this elbow here. I put it on a lathe and machined it down because I just didn't like the steel. I just wanted it to look tasteful. Basically, if GM would have made this in a car, I didn't want to deviate too much from stock. That was kind of the theme for this car here. I did utilize the Edelbrock fuel rails, but it's all pieced together. It's an AccuFab throttle body. It's got a fast XFI management system. I did utilize the stock ignition shielding, but had to modify it to run the fuel system through. Cut a hole here for the return line. It's got the procharger race valve. It is an F1R. Let me go around here and I'll show you. It's an F1R unit. It's got a 12 rib pulley. I had to custom make all these brackets, cut them out of aluminum, made the templates, and I actually cut them out with a jigsaw. And then used a wood router with a carbide bit to dress the edges, and then hand sanded them and polished them. This is all custom in here. This is actually a connector or grommet off of an aftercooler from a Peterbilt truck, so it would allow for the flex of the motor. Attached it here. I don't know if you can see, it goes into a custom air box down to the side grill here. I got a rack and pinion set up on it, QA1 coilovers. It's got aluminum upper control arms. I put the power steering reservoir off to the left here. There's not much room in here to mount stuff. I wanted to keep the stock AC setup with the box because I thought it looked classy on the car. Like I said, I didn't want to deviate too much from stock, but I used a an R4 compressor, GM Delphi unit versus the A6, the old style A6. I had to do away with the POA valve and put a because it's a cycle type, you know, the compressor cycles. So I put a low pressure switch on it so it would cycle on and off, eliminating the POA valve. Transmission cooler, it's got a 4L80 transmission with a paddle shifter. And this is right, this button activates, you've got different modes. This is actually a paddle shifter here. It's actually a power window switch off of a GM product. This is your performance mode here. It increases line pressure, makes the shifts firmer. This actually activates the paddle shifter if you want to, you know, bypass the standard mode and shift it with the switch here. It's got iPod control, Alpine, custom Alpine system with MB Quart. I mounted the MB Quart separates in the back here. I don't know if you can see. Let's see here. A lot of work had to go in to make that work. Big magnet on there. Had to do quite a bit of trimming to get that to fit. Mounted a subwoofer here in the back. Rear compartment, integrated it into the stock jack storage compartment. It's got a 18-inch Boyd Coddington wheel set up on it. Let's see here. Like I said, it's got QTP electric cutouts. Had to modify the rear spring to allow for the wider tire. It's got a 295 35 18. It's a KDW2 BF Goodrich. Their newer style G-Force TA. Liked the look of the tread design for this car. It's kind of aggressive looking. It's got a kind of a teardrop look to it. It's painted a classic silver poly, which is a GM color. I think they came out with that color in 2005. But it's a little bit more gray than the Sebring silver. I say gray, it's just a little bit darker than the newer style Corvette. It's almost the same. It reminds me of the early Cortez silvers. It's like a little bit darker. Had to take the side view mirror off to put on my other car, so it's missing. But I just wanted to get this posted for some friends of mine to show them what I was working on. I've got all aircraft. These are old aircraft clamp. Actually, I've got a crankcase evacuation system under boost to get rid of the excessive blow-by under boost conditions, to evacuate the crankcase. I've got a setup that runs up underneath to evacuate that. But all my coolant clamps are either the old Y-Tech aircraft clamps, and then they're stainless. I polished those out, or either the positive type clamps here. I just don't like the worm gear type. I just think they look kind of trampy. That's just my opinion. Basically everything works as far as stock. You know, it's like I said, it has a 4L80 transmission. I had to do a little modifications to the transmission tunnel to make that work. It's got a standalone TCI, standalone computer to control the controller to control the transmission. It works in tandem with the fast XFI unit. It's got a snow boost cooler, snow performance methanol set up on it. My next upgrade is going to be the brake system. I didn't have time to put those on before the year one event last year, and I haven't had time to make those modifications as of yet, but that's my next modification that I plan on doing. Anyway, this is where I'm at now on the car, and Did you get that?